resource planning. Okay, so what all resources you need to refer for covering the current affair aspect? First of all, in short, I will tell you what is the importance of current affairs. Yes, without current affairs, I think the examiner cannot make the UPSC question paper, whether it is prelims, whether it is mains, or maybe even in the interview process. For example, I will tell you, जैसे देखिए आप प्रीलिम्स का कोई भी क्वेश्चन आता है, जैसा आपने देखा कि गवर्नर का क्वेश्चन पूछा है या प्रेसिडेंट का पूछा है, वो हवा में नहीं पूछ लेता है. जैसे न्यूज़ में अगर गवर्नर चल रहा है, करंट अफेयर्स में बहुत था, वो प्रेसिडेंट के बारे में चल रहा है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के बारे में चल रहा है, तभी वो उसको स्टैटिक से लिंक करके उसके बारे में स्टैटिक पूछता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर कोई रेजोल्यूशन आया टू रिमूव द चीफ जस्टिस, दे विल नॉट आस्क अबाउट हु वॉज रिमूव्ड और हु इज बीइंग रिमूव्ड, दे विल आस्क द स्टैटिक एस्पेक्ट. ओके, लेट मी राइट इट डाउन. Yes, they will ask you the static aspect, like how Chief Justice can be impeached or removed, what is the procedure, how to bring the motion, these kind of things will be asked. Similarly, for powers of governor, they will ask the static syllabus. So this is what is when I talk about forward and backward linkages. See, newspaper reading, I will stress again and again, newspaper reading never goes to waste. You can easily give 2 hours for newspaper reading and note making. I used to read Hindu completely. You can, in the initial beginning, see, you will take a lot of time to cover the newspaper. Don't get demotivated. Everyone takes. Slowly and gradually, you will keep on improving. For example, see, these are the 2 major newspapers that one can refer for current affairs, the Hindu and the Indian Express. Okay. What if you have time? You can refer even both of them. For example, what I used to do was, I used to completely read the Hindu newspaper, and from the Indian Express, I used to read the editorial and articles and the explained part. See, this part is very important for covering current affairs of both prelims and mains. So this is what I used to do. If you don't have that much of time, at least refer to one newspaper religiously. जैसे कुरान, गीता, गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब पढ़ते हैं ना, अगर नहीं भी पढ़ते हैं तो न्यूज़पेपर ज़रूर पढ़िए उसी रिलीजियस ज़ील से, जिस रिलीजियस ज़ील से आपके दादा दादी या मम्मी पापा इन होली बुक्स को पढ़ते हैं. सो फॉर न्यूज़पेपर इज़ द होली बुक फॉर यू. नाउ फॉरवर्ड एंड बैकवर्ड लिंकेजेस, जस्ट लाइक आई टोल्ड यू. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ देर इज़ अ टॉपिक, करंट अफेयर इज़ अबाउट करतार साहिब गुरुद्वारा, what is the forward linkage and the backward? Okay, so there was a typo in that, the backward linkage. Sorry. So what is the backward linkage in that? When you are reading about Kartarpur Sahib, the backward linkages, you need to read about the Sikh history. Who was there? Whose Gurudwara is it? On which banks it is? So you need to cover all these aspects holistically. Forward linkage is from Kartarpur Gurudwara, what others can be asked. For example, they might ask something about the river Ravi. Since the Gurudwara is situated on the banks of river Ravi, they can ask you about the tributaries of Ravi. Since the Gurudwara is बहुत न्यूज़ में रहा तो ट्रिब्यूटरीज वगैरह ये सब चीज़ें आपसे पूछी जा सकती हैं. तो दिस इज व्हाट आई टॉक अबाउट फॉरवर्ड एंड बैकवर्ड लिंकेजेस ऑफ न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग. You need to link the new current affairs with your static syllabus, because based on current affairs, they will ask question from static part. Okay. So now note making. Yes, since prelims is becoming so unpredictable, you don't need to make extensive exhaustive notes for that. Focus more on making notes from newspaper for mains perspective. For example, if there is some question regarding election commission, prepare what are the issues with election commission, the challenges, link with the static syllabus and make notes. If there is some suggestion how to change the appointment of election commissioner, something like that, you can add it into your notes. This is how newspaper notes are to be made. One thing that you can do is, what I used to do was, apart from reading newspaper, I used to read the daily current affairs which were posted by various coaching institutes. So whatever I skipped from reading the newspaper, I used to make or add that points of the topic into my notes. Understood? So that helped me a lot. Mostly for mains. Prelims is okay. Mostly for mains, you need to do that. Mains and personality test. We'll come to that later, but for mains, it is very important to make notes out of newspaper. Secondly, current affair monthly magazine. See, what happens is sometimes all the news cannot be covered by both these newspapers also, or a single newspaper. So that is why we need current affair monthly magazine. You can refer to any monthly magazine of any coaching institutes. All I think are equally good, but focus on the main perspective of the topic. For example, the news is about global hunger index. So note down the data. What is the India's rank? How many hungry people are there in India? Second, causes of these, causes of hunger, consequences of hunger. Okay, and the fourth thing, government efforts, and way forward is the fifth thing, way forward and conclusion. See, when you make notes like this format, your answer writing will also equally keep on improving, because the structure of your answer will also be similar. For example, when they ask you about why so much of hunger in India, you have to write the data. Yes, so many people are there. India's rank is like something around 101. What are the causes? SDGs like improper absorption, improper implementation of ICDS and midday meal scheme, etc. What are the consequences? Loss of demographic dividend. We have underdeveloped, stunting children, with wasting we have. Similarly, government efforts, so many efforts government is taking, like midday meal program, ICDS scheme, Janni Suraksha Yojana, these kind of things, Poshan Abhiyan, you need to write them. And way forward, what more can be done? So when you make this newspaper notes through current affair monthly magazine and these things, integrating them, you will also be preparing for your good answers. You just need to memorize them and write it down. Simple. ठीक है, उसके बाद अपन आते हैं, ये करंट अफेयर का हो गया, जैसे मैंने आपको बता दिया. Daily MCQ practice. See, this is for prelims. What I used to do was, जो भी मैंने अखबार पढ़ा है, जो भी न्यूज़ पढ़ी है, तो किसी भी बहुत सारी कोचिंग ऑनलाइन वेबसाइट्स हैं, कोचिंग तो नहीं बोलूँगा, ऑनलाइन वेबसाइट्स हैं जो इस तरह की चीज़ चलाती हैं. दिस इज़ वेरी बेनिफिशियल. वो दिन के 5 या 10 आज की न्यूज़ से रिलेटेड करंट अफेयर के क्वेश्चन फॉर्मेट में उसको पोस्ट करते हैं. जब आप इनको सॉल्व करोगे, योर करंट अफेयर्स विल गेट ऑटोमेटिकली रिवाइज्ड. You will be preparing for prelims, and in that itself, if you are making some error, कोई गलती कर रहे हैं, तो आप अपने नोट्स में राइट डाउन करिए. Similarly, this will help you preparing for prelims. Okay. The other point is online resources. What all online resources I refer to? For example, PIB has been there. PRS Legislative, another government source. If you are, you can also refer to some coaching websites, some online websites which provide these kind of resources, daily news analysis, daily current affairs. See, mains is not only about static, it is more about current affairs. You need to be updated, you need to write a good answer. आपको वो inculcate करना ही पड़ेगा, अच्छे तरीके से आपको इन resources को use करना पड़ेगा. अगर ये नहीं करेंगे तो आपका आंसर मोनोटोनस हो जाएगा. पिछले साल जिस बच्चे ने वो आंसर लिखा होगा, वही आंसर आप इस बार लिख देंगे. उसमें करंट अफेयर क्या है, नया अपडेट क्या हुआ, यूपीएससी अगर सिमिलर क्वेश्चन वापस पूछ रहा है, तो सो दे वांट कि अब आजकल क्या चल रहा है इस टॉपिक में. सो ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेज आप पीआईबी वगैरह, जैसे मैंने बताया, पीआईबी, पीआरएस एंड अदर्स ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेज which you can refer to. So I think that is about resource planning. It holistically covers that.